From Ironheart's Magic Fuse Tech to DC's big Superman updates and a Buffy reboot, this week is stacked with franchise fire. We're breaking down exclusive trailers, casting shocks, horror attractions, and everything fandoms are freaking out about right now on Fundamentals. Hey, hey.
Hello.
So here we are on a
Welcome
Monday.
on a Monday.
Thankfully, I was really worn out from this weekend, and Tay gave me the day off, so I am thankful for
Absolutely.
that.
It's Father's Day. You're a dad. You should have the day off. And shout out to all the fathers out there,
For sure, for
fur
sure.
babies, stepdaddies, daddies. That was weird. Anyway, you want to
Let's
talk about some Marvel media?
let's do it.
I regret so much right now.
So, Ironheart isn't just tech; it's magic meets machine, and IGN gave us a sneak peek that proves every bit of that.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I am actually pretty excited about Ironheart and this whole
Yeah.
magic and tech mesh up. I
Yeah.
really have like so many questions of what's even really going on and like where this is going to be. And I don't know. I know this has not been filmed. This has been done filming for years. This is actually
Yeah.
one of the few shows, from what I heard, didn't they actually have reshoots either? No
Mm.
reshoots. There was
Okay.
like a little rumor speculation about they might have, but it was when the date got pushed back for why it wasn't coming out. And reshoots are not no secret. Like when they're happening, everybody knows them. There was only speculation because the date got pushed back and nobody knew why the date was getting pushed back. And so I think there was actually no reshoots in this. So this will be very interesting
Okay.
to see how this plays out.
Yeah, and then like the little clip that we got from IGN Live, like it wasn't like, super, I don't know how to like it wasn't very long is what I'm trying
Right.
to say, but it was her talking to the red cloak, red the guy with the
The hood?
hood.
Yeah, it's just
The
called the hood.
hood, as I'm
Yeah.
calling it the hood. What's the hood? It's the hood. So like she's talking with him and he's just kind of like, this is what you need to do or whatever. That was really cool. But then seeing this trailer with her with that suit that you had just showed, like and it looked like, Stephen Strange like magic. I wonder if they had pushed it actually back because of where it's supposed to be on the timeline of things.
Right.
Um, but
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think it looks more like some Wanda magic. I'm telling you, like, with
Oh,
that red glow, remember all of Wanda's
yeah,
powers was the red glow, or like Stephen
yeah.
Strange has more of the orangish, and
Yellow?
then
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yellow,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yellowish orange, and then Agatha has the purple. I don't know.
Mm.
I think this is going to be some kind of
And
tied
Loki
to
has
chaos
green. Yeah.
magic. Yeah, I think this is
Huh.
chaos magic somehow mixed in. Yeah,
Hmm. I
and
like
what's
I like where your
wild,
head's at. Yeah.
what's wild is like we know the hood, has the powers and it's tied to magic, and the rumor was Mephisto was going to be in this, and I don't know if he's going to be in this. I don't know if that's something they cut out or if that's going to be the big surprise. But you would think like maybe Mephisto gave the hood, Anthony Ramos his magic. I'm not sure if he's going to find the hood like he did in the comics when he broke in and stole some stuff and stole the hood and the boots, or if he's just going to have the hood and he runs into Mephisto and that's how he gets his powers. But if
Mm.
that's the case, I think it will be somehow tied to like Cathan and the Chaos Magic where Wanda. I don't know because hers was that red and like that so feels like some Wanda magic, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It,
I never
it,
actually
it
thought about that. Damn it.
yeah. Well, what's
Now I
wild
want it to be that.
is so much. So many people are thinking like this takes place in Chicago. So this is going to be kind of maybe super disconnected from a lot of the MCU because it takes place where we've never really seen before. I think we've
Hmm.
seen one scene in Chicago. Shoot, where was it? I can't even remember right now, but we've seen one. Pretty much, this is a very disconnected location though from what we normally see in the MCU. So
Hmm.
I think a lot of people don't expect to see a lot of tie-in, but I don't know. I think that red magic gives me a lot stronger tie-in feel than maybe we expected. So
Yeah, I'm hoping that that's why that they actually pushed it or pulled it back, like however you want to say it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but what I'm really excited about is that we got word that it's going to be a 3 episode premiere, and there's only supposed to be 6 episodes, so it's like we're getting literally half the season.
Yeah, I am not upset about that. Like Netflix has ruined me so bad. Like anytime there's a new season, just give it to me at one time. Like just drop it all at one time. That, anyways. Uh, so also another thing that I'm like, yeah, that's another open mouth insert foot. But anyways, oh shoot. Anyways, this poster we've shown before on here, like what's wild to me is like that suit of hers looks evil. It looks
Yeah.
haunting, and it's behind her. It's like the body's ripped in half.
Yeah.
I feel like there might be a little bit more into that poster than we're looking at as well. I mean, do you think maybe this magic somehow possesses her suit? There's theories I've watched on the internet today of different YouTubers,
Okay.
and there's some theories that maybe this magic
Like
possesses
Ultron
her
type thing?
suit, and maybe it manifests a suit, and she has to build another suit. That's why she has multiple suits in this too, at least, and she has to fight her own creation that's now like possessed or controlled by this magic. So she has a new suit
Man,
fighting her old suit. I don't know.
if they do that though, that would remind me so much of Iron Man 2.
How?
And I know it wasn't magic that overtook the suits and it was AI, or was that 3? I can't
Oh,
remember.
you talking about two where Mickey Rourke's character controlled the Iron Legion or whatever, or maybe not the
Yep.
Iron Legion. They took
You know what I'm talking about, the suits.
yeah, they took the bad guy the aim bots, and they were on stage, and then he took over them and they had
Yep.
to fight them. Yeah,
Yeah. And that's why I just like, man, I would be so disappointed if that's what it was and like we just figured out what's going on. Like, God damn it.
I don't know.
I mean, it would
Maybe.
still be cool,
Yeah,
but
I see what you're saying though. Yeah, you
I
don't
feel
want
like
a
it's
whole lot of
overdone.
focus on.
Like
If
we
they
already
do
did
that,
it.
you definitely don't want a lot of focus on it, I guess. But
I
I don't
want
know.
more of a how she interacted and got said magic, and it just being like maybe a episode, like
Right?
the second to last episode, it's a lead up to the end,
Sure.
where that happens, and it's just like, okay, well, it's a lead up to the
Well,
finale.
I feel like the magic definitely comes from the hood somehow, but I want to know like what makes her like her tech is already great, right? I mean, she kind of like patterned off Stark Tech, and
Mhm.
she's made some great changes that really sets herself aside from Stark Tech. But like, it's some amazing technology she has, and she's built with these suits. What would be what would entice her to think that she needs to have magic infused with it? Like, why? Like, why would you? I wonder what
Because she's from
happens.
Wakanda, like why, like like everybody's
But
got vibranium and
yeah, but I mean that's all
it's got its
science
own.
and tech stuff. That's not magic because like even yeah, that's all tech.
Mm-hmm.
They have the best tech in the world.
Yeah,
Because even their purple plant that may seem like it's a little bit of magic, that's
yeah.
that plant has that power because the vibranium asteroid hit the planet, and it actually kind of like fused into those plants, and that's actually supposedly what created that purple plant to give them that power. It was all from vibranium, so everything's like techie and vibranium.
Yeah, but like her brother died and she couldn't do anything about it. Not enough science and not enough technology in the world
Right?
to like have stopped that. So
You
maybe
talking about Shuri?
that's what, yeah.
Yeah, that's Shuri. That's
Yeah, but I mean like she like Riri
re.
Williams was there, I don't know. No?
Well,
Maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, Riri came in toward the. Yeah, I mean, she was friends with Sherry. I mean, they had talks, so she knows about it.
Hmm.
I don't know. Who knows?
I don't
I'm ready
know.
for this though. I'm excited. I mean, we're only how many days away are we from this? 10. It's coming up June
Uh
26th.
June 24th,
Oh, we're
26th, 24th.
24, 26. So maybe 8 days away then. We're we're maybe a whole freaking
Okay.
week away. That's it, almost. So
Yeah.
I'm excited. I don't know. Time will tell. It's almost here. But
Yeah.
Chris Evans swears he's done with Cap again. But is anyone buying it this time? I'm still holding out for my guy, man. Like, I don't care if it's Captain Hydra or what. I just want to see this beautiful man's face on the screen one more time.
Yeah, he said that he's definitely, really, totally not coming back for Avengers Doomsday, right? And I'm just like, okay, but like, he didn't say if it was like for Cap or anything. He just said, I'm definitely not coming back. Like, I'm not gonna be there. And I'm
Yeah.
just like,
I feel like him and Elizabeth Olsen are really being so extra about saying they're not coming back right now. Or I'm not Elizabeth Olsen, Scarlett Johansson. Because even this past week, Scarlett
what?
Johansson was asked again, and her exact words was, "Did you not see Endgame? Half of the population will die if I come back. Do y'all not pay attention to these things?" And everybody's
Oh,
like,
well, in
"Let's
that
not."
case,
She,
yeah.
but then people are like, "Come on, you're acting like we're not in a multiverse right now where there can't be a variant of you."
Yeah, well, okay, so I thought Scarlett Johansson was upset still about Black Widow and what happened
Hmm.
during COVID.
Well, I'm sure she
So
probably
I
is
thought
still a
that
little
was
salty about it.
right. So that's why I would be like, I don't think she's coming back, but I feel like Chris Evans would as a different
Yeah.
character, like we
Hmm.
talked about previously, absolutely. But like for her, I feel like she's done.
Yeah, I feel like ScarJo is done. Um,
Yeah, and
I
she's focusing now on a different franchise, right? She's got the Jurassic World Rebirth.
Yeah, you're
So,
right. Well, and then she's still supposed to be producing or directing possibly an MCU project in the future, still too supposedly. So
oh,
yeah, that's the deal she worked out with Marvel. Was she's still supposed to be kind of like help heading a project, but we still don't know what that is yet.
mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Oh,
Excuse me.
but I don't know. I still think we're gonna get Chris Evans as some character back on screen at least one more time,
Hmm.
and I still
Yeah.
think we're getting Elizabeth Olsen back as Wanda sometime, and it may be a
Hmm.
variant, but I still feel like we're getting her back too. But we
Yeah.
shall find out.
Because even with Chris Evans, like he could come back as Johnny Storm, as a variant of Johnny Storm, because he's been Johnny Storm. We saw him in the Void, and
Right,
who knows? You know?
right. Yeah, who knows? Oh man, could you imagine his version of like our Cap meeting that version of him and Johnny Storm? Because they're complete total opposites. He would probably
Oh my
be so,
God.
so disgusted.
That would be great.
That would be funny. But is Iron Fist showing up in Eyes of Wakanda? Marvel's next animated series has fans buzzing, and
Mm.
from what I read, I think we're getting a female Iron Fist in Eyes of Wakanda.
So, from what I read, there's apparently an Eyes of Wakanda trailer or footage of something, and a Iron Fist showed up, but not the one that we had expected.
Okay,
Um, I haven't seen said footage,
right,
um, but like I would be interested. Like Eyes of Wakanda has me genuinely intrigued,
right,
and I'm more or less not really as much intrigued with Ironheart. Obviously, I'm gonna watch it because it's Marvel, but like Eyes of Wakanda is like where I am headed. That is where my brain
right.
is at. Like this is what
Oh
I
yeah.
am looking forward to now.
Anything that can give us more, like I said before in the past, more of that world of Wakanda, I'm in. I am in. I will say this: Ironheart, obviously, I'm going to watch, and it's kind of sucked it's taking so long. But like, I will say, they're obviously now since Thunderbolts has kind of died down, they're just throwing trailers and clips in our face, and I was not expecting these trailers to look as good as they have. I mean, they're getting me excited. So we shall find out.
That's
But
good. That's good.
got Hercules news. Hercules is lifting off. Marvel reportedly eyeing a solo project with Brett Goldstein in the lead, obviously as Hercules, which we've seen at the
Yeah.
end credit scene of Thor: Love and Thunder. So yeah, we thought really we were going to see Hercules next in like a Thor 5, and it would be some battle because Zeus is kind of sending Hercules after him for revenge. But we may end up getting a standalone. So
Hmm.
I'm interested to see how much of this is true, and I don't know. What would you like to see out of this? Like, if we got a standalone, would you think the standalone should be him going after Thor? That way, it doesn't interfere with another Thor movie, but Thor can be in this. Or do you think this should focus on some backstory, maybe of him and the whole Olympian god scene from the MCU.
Yeah, so I don't think Thor should be in it because then it's going to be cheesy. Like, because Thor Love and Thunder was
Uh,
kind of like that cheesy movie,
no,
and
long as Taika Waititi's not doing it, it'll be okay. That's the. I think it was cheesy because of Taika Waititi. He got a little like out of control with that last
yeah.
project.
But I mean, like Brett Goldstein, right? He has played the serious role in Ted Lasso, like one of our favorite
Oi,
like TV shows,
yeah,
right? Yeah. But he also has like his comedy that he's now working on. He has a comedy stand up on Max,
yeah.
I believe.
Oh, he's traveling around doing stand up. I think, isn't he?
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I saw his stand up on Max. I
Okay.
believe. I
Is
think
it
that's a
good?
streaming platform. It was okay. It was decent.
Okay.
I didn't expect it to be as funny as it was, but is I don't know. Like it was better than I was expecting,
Right.
is what I want to say. Um, and I'm excited for the next Ted Lasso season.
Oh,
But this
definitely.
one, but for like the Hercules project,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want Thor to be in it. Um, I don't know if I want it to be showing how he was doing the Olympian thing, or if it's gonna be maybe him just like interacting with other gods and kind of like doing a
Hmm.
brawl type thing. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm looking for right now with this one
Yeah.
because it kind of caught me off guard.
This completely caught me off guard. When I seen the list you sent over the weekend, I was like, that's probably the first thing that caught my eye out of everything. I'm like, oh, okay. I did not expect that. But I'm not
Yeah.
against it. But I am
Right.
curious, like, I have no idea what they're so like obviously like I love Hercules and know a lot of the story, but I don't know a lot of the Hercules story from the MCU, like from the MCU, from Marvel
Right.
Comics. So like I'm not really sure like what all stories, was told in the comics compared to Greek mythology. But yeah, I think
Yeah.
it'd be really cool though to give Brett Goldstein his own solo film and that man go
Yeah.
from Ted Lasso up to the MCU. That's a huge jump. Huge jump.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
And I'm excited to see if this actually does happen. And um I was caught off guard, but I think that I would want it to be a little bit more of the gory side. And I don't really think that MCU really does gory like that, but
hmm
I'd be interested to see if this is something that would turn that page for them, a new page in their book, so to speak, right?
sure. Well,
Um,
yeah, and what's really cool is like, we're starting as the MCU has came from, Endgame. We're getting to see a lot of different realms, right? That we've not got to see before. Like I mean, Thor: Love and Thunder, we got to see that whole, all the different gods, and then we're really diving into, the magic side of things more in this saga than we did from the last saga. And now, if we get to jump into this whole Olympian god realm that we've not really been in, yeah, it's really cool. And then, well, I guess we'll just kind of like jump into the next topic because this is another realm, like the Midnight Sun realm. That's kind of a its own realm in itself too. Those characters and those worlds. But speaking of Midnight Suns, may actually finally becoming a thing, like we've all been hoping and hearing for a long time. And Daniel Rickman is the one that said that he has heard that now they're making plans for Ghost Rider to be in charge of the Midnight Suns and lead that team.
yeah.
And God,
So I
I
guess
want this so
originally
bad.
in the so originally apparently in the comics it's usually Blade that's supposed to be the leader is what I read.
Okay, right.
And right now I guess like with this like this article that I read,
Mm-hmm.
I had read that like it's supposed to be Blade, but they're gonna feature it as Ghost Rider instead. They want Ghost Rider to be in Doomsday is how we're supposed to be introduced to him, and then him to lead Midnight Suns. And I'm like,
Please,
oh man, this is like really cool how
please.
this is all kind of like lining up, and how they're kind of like
Yes.
the monster Avengers, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, I was just like, all right, this is really cool, man. And because like we don't really have so much about Blade, it's making me more excited about it, honestly.
Yeah, because like
Um,
I think if they brought this in, I think we've talked. Maybe rumor was that they were going to introduce Blade in the Midnight Suns film, and then do a Blade solo. That was
Mm,
some rumors that were going around, and with we seeing how the Blade project's going, that could very be possible. But the main thing I want to see in the Midnight Suns is obviously Ghost Rider, Moon Knight, and I want Mahershala Ali's Blade there. That's the three that to me have to be on the team. Anybody else,
mm.
I'm open, I'm flexible with, but those three must be on that team. I am missing Moon Knight. Like I oh
Oh yeah, no, 100%. I do miss Moon Knight, and I would love to have more Moon Knight in my life.
right.
Because that like that show, I enjoyed that show. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
and
all right.
Doctor Strange was on the team too in the comics, the Midnight Suns, I think. So,
Mm,
and
okay.
I could be wrong about this, but you're talking about I think Blade was leading it, and I think it went back and forth between him and Doctor Strange, possibly.
Okay.
I'm sure if
I
I'm
just
wrong.
remember that like Blade was a leader at one point, I guess.
Yeah, no, I think Blade
In
was
accordance with the
majority
article.
of the time. Yeah, but that kind of wraps us up with Marvel. Want to jump into some DC?
Let's go.
So Superman's marketing is flying faster than a speeding bullet, and yeah, apparently there is some post-credit scenes. So we have a couple of topics to talk about with Superman this week,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sorry, I'm not gonna lie, I'm so ready for this movie too. Like it started been slowly building up, and now I'm just like I'm ready. I'm so ready. But yeah, there's a progressive commercial you mentioned that was Superman. I've not
Yeah.
seen this yet, so
Um, I don't, is it out?
what's that?
I don't remember if it's out or not, or if
I found I found this
well,
visual.
yeah. Um, I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know if the commercial's out yet or if
Gotcha.
I just completely missed it. It's been a really busy week. Sorry, guys.
No, it has.
Uh, uh, but like he had that commercial and then he had like some poses and like a poster come out and
Mm-hmm.
people are getting like really excited because like the poses and the poster are, like really making them feel that like nostalgic Christopher
Yeah.
Reeve vibe. So they're like
Yeah.
really excited and I'm just like, okay, cool.
Yeah, I've seen those, and there's been some more still shots. I think with Entertainment Weekly that's dropped as well. Some like of like scenes from the movie, film, kind of like
Hmm.
just posing and stuff in the fortress.
Hmm.
And then I think
Yeah.
they even did like a Superman esque photo shoot where it's like David Corn Sweat posing as David Corn Sweat, kind of, but he's got like facial hair grown
Yeah.
in. Yeah, is that some of the photos too? I think you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. Because they showed like I think it was like a half and half. Like it was
Oh,
half
really? Yeah,
Superman, half Clark
Clark
Kent.
Kent. Yeah,
Yeah. And like you can see like the differences and I don't
gotcha.
know.
Nice.
Yeah.
And James Gunn confirms that there will be a post-credit scene in Superman, so it's
Yeah.
good to see James Gunn carrying over that good old Marvel feel. Uh,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
I,
he was just like this is like an error that he had with the I think was it Guardians of the Galaxy or he
yeah,
had said that he had made an error in one of the Guardians of the Galaxy films. Because you know, he was the director of those and he was just like, I'm
right.
correcting that with Superman and kind of
I
tied
wonder
into
what
the
error.
post-credit scene. I
Wonder
don't know.
what error that would be.
This
That's
is
really weird and vague.
yeah, and that's what I read and I was like, okay. But I'm happy that there's a post-credit scene because it makes people actually like kind of stick around
Right.
and read some of the credits, hear more of the music because, you know, they did spend time on the credits and how they look and the music that's in the background, and usually it ties into the movie somehow. So um,
And
I'm happy.
also, it gives you, something to look forward to and hold on to. Hopefully, like gearing towards the next project coming up to tease you with. So, yeah,
Who knows?
you got my mind spinning right now with what he said about the Guardians of the Galaxy thing, and then he's going to correct that error. So, like, my mind immediately thinks, okay, last Guardians of the Galaxy, last in credit scene I think he did was the new Guardians of the Galaxy when Adam Warlock had joined them, and Kraglin, his brother that Sean Gunn played, and we see them taking off. But like, I think maybe his this is me speculating because you got my brain rolling right now. So I'm thinking like, okay, maybe he formed this new group knowing that we'll never see this new group on screen again, and that was his error. So we're actually going to get a form of a new Justice League end credit scene formed, but he's going to make not repeat that error because we will see this team on screen again. Unlike the new Guardians of the Galaxy team he formed, we will never get to see again.
Because there was a rumor about
Yeah, because I mean,
a Justice League.
well, yeah,
I can't remember what the
there's
rumor
been
was.
talk about it, and then also he's made the comment I think a week ago about how the four pillars of this DC universe will be Batman, Superman, Supergirl, and Wonder Woman. And I don't know, I don't know. I'm wondering now. I'm thinking that we're going to get a maybe a full blown Justice League team formed or something at the end teaser, and we'll see him on screen again, and that's him not making that same error again. That's
I don't know.
I'm not. This is literally it was my own theory. Just came out of nowhere because I didn't know that till you just said, and yeah. So if that
Sorry.
happens, you heard it
When I
here.
read things, sometimes they stick in my brain and then they just come out and I don't have all of the information.
Oh
We're
man.
gonna do some research tonight.
But Wonder Woman is officially back in action in the new DCU, and James Gunn greenlights it, and he said it's rolling. It's getting its momentum and it's going forward. So
Yeah.
it's in development.
So it kind
But
of, more or less completes your theory of Wonder Woman being involved now that we know that a Wonder Woman project is indeed in development.
right,
Um,
yeah. I'm curious to see who he gets to play Wonder Woman too.
yeah, because
It's gonna be hard to beat
it's
Gal
got to be
Gadot.
somebody new.
It has to be. I think it should definitely be a new and upcoming person that hasn't really been in nothing to
Mm.
really. I don't know. I feel like if you pick a big name person to play her after Gal Gadot has played her, I don't think. I think he would be better off getting someone new that we don't really know of a whole lot of. But
Hmm. It has to be somebody that looks Amazonian. I don't know. I'll have to get back to you on that of like who I could think
yeah, I
would
don't even
really
know who I
fit
would.
that
I don't even know
role.
who I
Yeah,
would
I'm like
recommend.
I'm completely like drawing a blank in my brain because it has to be. No, it has to be, but like more or less like with the comics, it has to be somebody with like dark hair.
Yeah. Well, I guess you can always dye the hair or throw the wig on. So
Yeah, yeah, but they still have to like
mainly someone athletic, built,
it's
and
the physique,
tallish.
right?
Yeah.
Right. Because they are supposed to be on the taller side. Huh? I
I
don't
don't know.
know. I feel like I have to go like look at some celebrity photos
Right?
and just kind of
Yeah.
like run through them. Like I'm like, who's a tall girl? It's like immediately where my brain went, and I was like, well, Tilda Swinton, she's kind of tall, but she is not. She is not Amazonian. And I was like, no. So anyway,
But no, you're good. So Batman Part 2 is still on the table. Fear not. James Gunn teases a script and its critical role in the DC's future. Um,
hmm
he says, he'll be having it in his hands
getting
shortly,
yeah,
and
he
it
should be
is
getting
really
that script
important.
shortly. hmm Yeah,
Yeah.
so I think he was saying that it's like really important to continue like what's he
Matt Reeves.
where it's headed,
Yeah.
where his DCU is headed. Yeah.
But it's an
So
Elseworld for his DCU. So,
I know, but
oh, because we're probably going to have some kind of crisis on Infinite. I don't know. Probably going to be some multiverse thing too, and they're going to
I
eventually,
don't
yeah.
know. I don't know.
So it's so
But
early. It's so early in the game. Sorry. Go ahead.
yeah. No, I mean like we don't know what
Yeah.
where he's going with this because Batman's just keeps getting pushed back and we don't really know what's headed. But if maybe at the end of this Superman in the end credit scene, if we do get this Justice League type thing, maybe I don't know because they're gonna have a different Batman. Like I
Yeah. Brave in the Bold Batman, and that's already like we already know where that direction's going. So like that's the one that's going to be in his DCU that will join later. I don't know.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Right.
I don't know where any of this is headed, but he said it's really important. So I don't know if it's because he dies. Like that would be wild because I don't think we've ever seen a Batman. die
Mm,
on the big screen.
I don't think
I don't
so.
think we
No.
have. No.
Mm-mm.
No, we never have. All right, well, like maybe that's why it's important. I don't know.
So I will say on the next topic, I failed to do my homework. I meant to like dive into the comic history of this and find out who the hell this person is, but I don't know.
Okay.
So Mr. Miracle's in the works, and it's being talked about all over the internet right now. This is the picture I've been seeing float around,
Yeah.
and I think that's Big Barda, whoever Big Barda is. So y'all
I
can
don't know. All I
criticize
remember
us,
reading,
but I have no
all I
idea who
remember
this
reading
is.
is it's an adult, like centered animation
Uh huh.
series. So it's not for the kiddos, it's for the adults. Um, I don't know who he is either because I don't do the comic thing, and I'm sorry, and I'm looking forward to mo learning more. Um, I don't normally like Google and do the things, but maybe, oh, maybe that's who we do the next character spotlight thing that you do. What icon?
Oh, that would be good because I think there's a lot of people out there that don't know who this is. I did read some comments earlier of some people that do know what this is, and I didn't read no like descriptions of what it is, but they said whatever this is about, which makes me want to definitely look into it. They said this is going to be very, very interesting to see how they adapt this comic onto screen. And I'm like,
Hmm.
you don't typically hear that, right? So it
Unless it's
makes me really wonder.
aliens.
I mean, we've seen aliens on screen though. Like we've seen aliens.
Yeah,
Uh,
but like aliens doing alien things, you know?
aliens doing aliens or aliens doing alien things.
Aliens doing alien things, like
Well,
magical
you made me think you said
alien.
adult animation. So
Oh no, 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 no. What I meant is like, you know what? Take it how you will. It is aliens. And well, from what have seen in that photo, because it's just a photo that's surfaced, right? And that's
yeah,
the photo that we have.
and it looks like they
Um,
like take a long walks on the beach. I'm just saying.
who knows what's at the end of the water? Maybe they swim in the water. Maybe there's an underwater city, and we're back at Star Wars 1, Phantom Menace.
Hmm.
Oh my
Misa.
God.
Yep.
Y'all, I'm so sorry. I am like all over the place today.
No, 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 you're good. We'll kind of wrap up the DC with one last topic, though. Supergirl. James Gunn announces that he is ditching the subtitle. It is not Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. It's now just Supergirl. And what's hilarious to me is why does this keep happening? Because it was Superman Legacy, then it was just Superman. Now it's Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, but now Supergirl. Are like, is this a
We don't have any other ones like that
no?
because
Maybe like since he
Dynamic
started
Duo
out,
and Lanterns, they're all just,
yeah. But like Superman was the first one to mention, and like this is
yeah.
so heavily tied. Why is he coming up with these great subtitles and then dropping them?
I don't know if like Woman of Tomorrow was like a great subtitle.
I,
Legacy, I felt like was a great
I
subtitle, maybe. But maybe there were connotations with Legacy of thinking about like the past Superman, and he didn't really, or Supermen, and he didn't want to really like head in that direction, which is
mm-hmm.
why he just cut off the end. I don't know
Me neither.
really where he was headed with this one.
Right.
I don't really know also the backstory about Supergirl, so.
Well, I think it was called originally Woman of Tomorrow because I think there's a comic line that this is going to be heavily based off of, and that's the name of the
Oh,
comic line. So maybe
hmm.
it was just to kind of initiate the talk and knowing of where he's going to go taking the story for Supergirl. And now that it's been talked about and everybody knows where the direction kind of where like this is going, or at least the inspiration behind where he's going with it. Now he's like, all right, it's unnecessary to drop it. And I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of. Maybe he did it to kind of give a inspiration of us to know the direction the inspiration is going. Who knows?
I don't know.
Me neither. But we have a shit ton to talk about in Educator Wish. You ready to jump into that?
Let's get it going. All right. So I'm gonna kick it off if that's cool with you.
Definitely. Anything that starts
All
off with
right.
this subject, it's all yours always.
So, Hogwarts class is in session, and they finally have cast some like 9 cast members in this past week for this HBO or HBO Max, however you want to call it. But the
Yeah.
Harry Potter, um, series reboot is like we're a go. We got Petunia, when we got Vernon, both of them the Dursleys, right? We don't have his their son. Oh God, I can't remember what his name is. But the kid that is like the worst. Until he's not, because he's not really that terrible. He just is a
Hmm.
spoiled little brat. You got Molly Weasley, you got Draco and Lucius Malfoy, and you got just like a couple of other people that are like spread throughout the castle or whatever. Like a couple of students, and then Cornelius Fudge is the professor janitor dude. I can't remember exactly which one he is, but super cool that this is like happening and they're still pushing forward. I'm looking forward to it, honestly, and I know there's
Hmm.
still some like backlash and people not really excited for it. I'm just taking it as it is, and that's just who I am. If
Yeah.
you have like feelings about like why you don't want to watch it, you don't have to watch it. But me personally, I do love Harry Potter, and I always look forward to anything Harry Potter, cinematically.
Yeah. Well,
So,
I think it's super. And this is my take on this is like people's personal lives that are behind the scenes of this stuff. That's not the story of the fandom. Like people love the fandom for the fandom. You don't like the fandom because you believe because of this person's what they do outside in the real world. This is our
mhm.
escape from the real world. So like I'm with you on that. Like if it's an escape from the real world, yeah, nothing's going to change my mind. I like it. It may change my thoughts on the person behind it, but I'm gonna
Yeah,
still be in that fandom.
yeah, and I mean, like, it's an escape for me.
Same,
It's like,
same.
yeah. So, like, I like magical, whimsical. That's kind of who I am. So I'm finding out later on in my life. And that's okay. Like, and that's what I enjoy. I grew up on it. I went to Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure, and they started out with Hogwarts in Universal Studios, and then they built Hogsmeade, Diagon Alley. Yeah, in Islands of Adventure.
Hmm.
And then they had the train that went between the two that you got to ride if you had the dual passes, which was, I mean, it was really cool. And they actually did have like, yeah, so they had Diagon Alley, and then the 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 bad place uh where he went diagonally um
I'm not the Harry Potter fan,
into
so I can't
the
tell you.
yeah, sorry. But God, it's like really cool to see because you get to see the Gringotts Bank, and you get to see the big dragon, and you get to see the castle, and you get to drink butterbeer, which you can make yourself and not actually have to pay the overpriced prices for. But it's all just so magical and makes you feel a part of it. And I can't wait to see what else they have in store, because I know that the series is supposedly um going to follow the books more, because you have like,
Okay.
I think it's a season per book, and just the movie itself is only 2 hours, right? So if at
Hmm.
least they have, let's say, 5 episodes, and they're all like an hour long or 45 minutes long, you're already longer than what the movie was, right?
Right.
So you're already going to be able to go into that
Yeah.
detail that the book has and that the movie can't have, and that's what
Okay.
I'm really excited for.
So, mark my words. I will follow this, and this may be me my first full journey through the Harry Potter like stories, and it may be this that introduces me, and maybe we'll see if I like it or not. But like I've not watched all the Harry Potter movies because I watched enough of them to me just it just wasn't my thing. But
Yeah.
I'm curious to see. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna make it a mission to make sure I follow this. I did not realize. I think you might have said it before, but I didn't realize it was gonna be a book per season. So
I
yeah,
don't know if for sure that's what they're doing,
okay,
but that's what I heard.
yeah.
Um, or
That would
what
be
I've read
cool
rather.
because, like, what you're
Yeah.
saying makes complete sense. Like, you get more hours to tell the story properly and more thoroughly
Hmm.
than you would a 2.5 hour movie.
Right.
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, IGN. So we had IGN Live, and
Yeah.
they dropped a wave of exclusive clips. But you want to kind of kick us off with some of these clips?
Yeah, so the first one I really wanted to talk about was Megan 2.0. And in this exclusive clip that you got to see was her like really just training like on
Yeah.
this like wooden dummy looking thing. And then creepily standing over this dude. Like, I didn't mean to like choke you the fuck out. Anyway, you can sleep soundly now. And I'm just like, yeah, no, that's not how that works. That's creepy as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
But she's also a robot, right? So she doesn't really get those social cues or doesn't really care. But I was just like, I'm loving everything about Megan 2.0 that we're getting, and I love that it's corny and it's exactly where I want it to be. The
Yeah, this
next one
movie's.
is, yeah,
Oh no!
no, go.
I was just gonna say it looks so unhinged. Like I'll never forget. Like I liked the first one, but like when I seen this first clip or teaser or whatever, I was like, oh wow, it's completely night and day difference. But like more and more I watch of it, more and more I'm like, I think I'm gonna go to theater to see this actually.
Yeah, I mean, this comes out on June 27th. Again, I'm probably not going to go to theaters. I still have to
Right.
buy my Fantastic Four tickets. I
Hmm.
completely forgot about that until just now as you were talking about
Superman
theater
tickets are
stuff.
on sale now too, ain't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Jurassic
Jurassic
World.
World.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
yeah. So I'm not going to be going to the theater anytime soon. I'm gonna be like saving up to go to those three probably. And I got a lot on my plate right now, so that's what I'm gonna focus on. And hopefully I can see all those three because those are the kind of the threes that I
Oh
want to
yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry. But the next thing that like IGN kind of showed was Squid Game season 3. They also had an exclusive clip for that. And oh my God, it looks so intense. Like, eh, man, I can't wait for Squid Game season 3 to come out because that's also on June 27th. That's right around the corner. And like,
Golly. How are we gonna have
we're
time
gonna
to do
finally get the
anything?
ending. No,
No, that's what I'm saying.
not until like
Between TV and
August.
cinema, yeah. When can we?
Yeah.
No, then Eyes of Wakanda come out in August.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like back to
All
back
the
to
back
back
back. Yeah, yeah. You're
things,
right.
you
You're
know?
right.
Like it's
Yeah.
more like, okay, so this month is this, and then October is my birthday. I mean, October is Marvel Zombies, and like, you get to space things out
Right.
more.
How to Train Your Dragon. We got a clip from that. That was really great. I still haven't went to seen it yet. I went and seen Karate Kid yesterday. How to Train Your Dragon. I'm hoping I get to see. I might try to squeeze it in this weekend.
Yeah,
I really want to see it. The clip was Astrid when she actually
yeah,
meets Toothless for the
toothless.
first time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and the CGI like for the East look have to look so accurate from the animation.
Hmm.
It looks so good. Like, oh my god, I cannot wait to see this. And I'm not
And
one to
I
see
love
movies in
that.
3D, but I think this would be a
Yeah.
fun one to see in 3D.
I hate wearing things on my face
I do
during to
too.
watch movies.
I do too.
I can't do it.
Okay, I take this back. I take it back. 4DX.
Yes.
This would be a fun to watch 4DX, especially with the
Yeah,
turning of the
because
chairs when you're flying a dragon. Oh my god. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, so I love the fact that like if you had recently watched How to Train Your Dragon and
Hmm.
then now you're looking at this clip, like it feels like a replica, honestly. And I know that there's going to be new things that they're going to do with
Yeah.
it, but it still gives you that same feeling and that is why I'm so excited. Because like
It's so
Astrid's
spot
like,
on.
Astrid's like, I'm gonna kill this dragon, and Hiccup's like, no, he's good. It's
Hmm.
okay. It's a Night Fury. By the way, this is my pet. His name's Toothless. Um, yeah.
But we also get
Uh,
a clip from Heads of the State. With
Yeah.
John Cena, Idris Elba.
Yeah.
This looks hilarious. I'm a huge Idris Elba
Mhm.
fan. The little clip they show us on this was a car chase, and we get to see, I think, a fire truck explode and flip over.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's pretty.
Every
It
single
looked
time I
pretty
see,
intense.
yeah, every time I see anything for this movie that's going to come straight, I think, onto Prime
Hmm.
on July 2nd, it looks really great and funny and kind of dad humor,
Yes.
which is right up my alley. I know who I am. It's okay. So I'm happily happy about this.
Yeah, me too. Like I think it's going to be definitely a great comedy, full of action too.
Yeah, yeah. So we also got a Jurassic World Rebirth exclusive clip. This one they were yes, yes, it was her pointing the gun at the little thingy thingy and she like falls off the boat and
Mm,
it was intense. The same what
yes.
we've been feeling every time that we see any of the trailers. Very intense. Like on the edge of your seat. Oh my God, ScarJo's gonna die. She doesn't die. Not yet. I don't know if she will. Who knows?
I hope she don't. I want
July
to see. I
2nd.
want to see her do a trilogy. Get her own trilogy. Her and Mahershala Ali. Let them be in their own trilogy too.
Hmm, who knows?
Yeah,
So this next one I didn't get to watch because I
I
was
didn't either.
at
This is one I didn't watch.
okay. So I was at work and it started to get a little hot and heavy.
Yeah.
And the clip that we're talking about is Together. There's an exclusive clip that also came out of IGN, and it started to get a little bit hot and heavy, and I was like, I
I
cannot
gotta
watch
turn
this
this
at
off.
work. Yeah, so I immediately like click, I
I
will watch this later, and
definitely
I
do
did
want to see
not.
this movie though. Like
It looks
creepy
wild because
as yeah.
she asked for like a massage and he's like hesitant to touch her because if you know anything about this movie,
Hmm.
they kind of start to meld
Meshed
together.
together. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and their skin kind of like grows together, and it's wild because he like um the poster itself is like their two eyes like touching and like
Yeah.
getting together. I'm
Well,
like,
then like
Ugh.
also there and like I don't know what the connection is, if it's magic, evil, or whatever, because it's not only it's even when they're away from each other. Because like there's also a scene from another clip where she's like driving the car and he's staying in the shower, and every time she makes a sharp turn, it slams him into the shower wall, and he's like
Oh,
getting beat to death in the shower by the way she's driving the car. And it's wild. I don't know. So I don't. And here's another little fun fact I read over this weekend. I can't remember what the name of it is, but there's some writer, I think, or director or something that has another movie called another name, and they're supposedly attempting to sue them because they're saying that it's just a mimic of their movie. That's another fun fact about this. Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
I
but
want to research that.
yeah. But we got Life of Chuck scene. And this
Hmm.
is the first scene I will say that gives you a little bit more of that horror vibe of
Bro,
like, oh my God. I didn't like I'm so ready to see this movie. Like I don't even know what to think about it. I don't even
I
know.
feel like
I
it's
just
like a
don't want to see
start
it.
of the apocalypse, the start of the end is kind of what it feels like. You have Karen Gillian,
Mm,
sitting in a lawn chair next to, yeah, that guy whose name I've completely forgotten. But the two of them are like just kind of like talking and they're just staring at this beautiful night sky.
I wish
Like,
it looked like
oh,
that
the
for real.
sky, I know. They're like, the sky is as clear as it's been for the first time in forever, or something like that, is what they say to each other, and they're just staring at it, kind of like breathlessly looking at it, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden, uh, they notice a star go
Well, she
away,
goes, there's the North Star, and as soon as she says it, it goes, it blows up and disappears.
and like she looks at him, and they look at each other, and they're like, "Did you see that?" You know, because like when you see like crazy things, you're just like you look
Right.
at your like whoever's near you, and you're like, "Did you see what I saw?" It doesn't even have to be your significant other. It can literally just be whoever's sitting next to you. Like, did you just? Are we seeing the same thing? I've done sanity checks like that to total strangers, and they're like, "Yep, nope, we did." And then you look back, and then all of a sudden there's just
Yeah.
multiple just blowing up, and I'm like, oh man, and then that's it. That's
Well,
all you
I think
see.
even like at one point, like after the North Star happens, he's like, you see another one do it. And he goes, "That was Mars," and it was
Yeah,
Mars that blew up. And then yeah, I was like, "What is going on?" And like they both just have this instant fear come over their face.
yeah,
Ah, it look. I'm so ready for this. Like it's out
yeah.
now, right? Yeah, yeah. It came out June
Yeah,
13th, I think.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's playing at my freaking theater.
All right, I'm gonna have to look. I was gonna be like financially responsible, but I don't know.
You said
I've been waiting
financially
so long.
irresponsible is what you're going to be.
Mm. You
This
might
one
be
we've been waiting for
right.
a hot minute. This is up there
I
too.
know. I have been talking about this movie for so long, and God, dang it, it looks so good. Like I want to see it so bad. But I
Oh
did see
goodness,
Sinners over the weekend because
how'd
I
you like it?
was. Oh man,
Wasn't it good?
it was so
What
good.
did you think about that music scene with all the music through the decades? Was
Oh
that not
man,
so
that was
creative?
so cool. It was so
Oh
cool. I was like, oh man, this has got to be the scene that everybody's talking about.
yes, that's the one I kind of like
'Cause,
said that I've never seen it done like that. And it was one of the most creative but beautiful scenes I've ever seen. And I was like,
yeah,
but that's all I could say about it because I did not want to spoil that.
oh man. Sorry, I had to like diverge a little bit on that one because I was like,
No,
I
you're
forgot to
good.
tell you. Like I saw it and it is it totally lives up to the hype. And I was really happy that it did.
Great. I'm so glad you loved it. It's so good.
Yeah. But going back to IGN Live,
Yeah.
before we talk about that next bullet, I want to talk about the last one and then we can talk
Yeah,
about
of
the
course.
other one. I've never seen Twisted Metal season one, but
Should.
Twisted Metal season two has an exclusive clip that debuted. So since I didn't see number one, didn't watch this clip because I don't really know what to expect. I did play a lot of Twisted Metal as a kid, on the sticks, but I don't know. Like I'm like super afraid to
you,
watch this.
you should watch the first season. It's worth it. It's good.
I don't
Yeah.
know, man.
So like
Sometimes,
uh,
sometimes you say things are good and I don't feel like they're good. But you know what?
it's like all right, so I'm not gonna be like, "Oh my god, this is a masterpiece." But
Ah,
it's fun and entertaining. I'm gonna say that, and it's post-apocalyptic. I mean, like it's fun. Like Anthony Mackie's great. Beatrice, I can't think of her name. She's one that played the main voice in Encanto, and she's from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. She's his sidekick. They're the main two characters. But then you get like
okay.
that big guy you see with his head on fire. That is
Ice cream
a
truck, dude.
yeah, so that is a wrestler, I think, playing him like physically,
Mm,
but it's
yeah.
not his voice. Will Arnett is playing his voice. Remember who Will
Okay.
Arnett is?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Cause he was one of the voices in the Lego movie or whatever, and he was like in Blades of Glory. He was the bad brother in Blades of Glory. Uh, I don't know, but he's got a very distinguished voice, and yeah, he actually voices that character, so he stays behind a mask. You never see his actual face. He plays a psycho.
Well, yeah. Have you ever played the game
I've never
Twisted
played the
Metal?
game. No,
Okay. Well, yeah. No, he's a crazy motherfucker in that game. Like,
he is in the
he's
show.
yeah. I mean, like the game is just like you're blowing up cars or kind of rally racing, kind of like
hmm
I guess is the best way to explain it. Especially Twisted Metal Black, which is the one that I think came out last that I played. Um, it was always fun. But yeah, you just go around with like wild type of like bazookas or whatever on your car and you're like shooting it at your opponents to I don't know if that has like any correlation to
Yeah,
the
yeah. I mean,
show.
you have a lot of car chases in the show, so
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
a lot of car chases and a lot of killing.
But I don't know if you've ever been to one of these, but Halloween Horror Nights.
Mm-mm, have not.
Okay. So Fallout and Five Nights at Freddy hit Halloween Horror Nights in the last thing that we have for IGN line, and there's a terrifying, little lineup for 2025. And Halloween Horror Nights, if you guys don't know, it's at Universal. So you have one in Orlando and you have one in Hollywood. So Florida and California, completely opposite, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so fun fact is Fallout's going to be at both of them. And they're going to make an entire wasteland that they
Oh
had
my
said
god.
in this little interview that they had at IGN Live, which made me so excited. I was
How
like,
far
bro,
away are you from that drive wise?
5 hours?
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not that far because I'm making the drive to San Antonio at the beginning of August, and
San
that's like a
Antonio?
6 hour. No, sorry. Sorry, wrong one. San Diego.
Oh.
Um, yeah, sorry. So San Diego, I'm driving there, and it's gonna take about like 6 hours. So I want to say that Hollywood, which is like Los Angeles, area, Anaheim, is 5, but I could be wrong. But I think I'm right. I don't know. I haven't
Hmm.
done that drive in 5 years. So
You gonna
I
learn that
don't.
day.
Yeah, whenever that comes, because
Right.
I'm absolutely going back, and I haven't done Universal in Hollywood. I've only done Universal in Orlando, and
Hmm.
I've done it multiple times as a child, but then as an adult, I went back for Halloween Horror Nights actually with AD both times, and absolutely amazing. They have haunted houses, they have scare zones.
That
They
sounds
have
so
like
fun.
they have themed haunted houses, right? And the one that I very much remember is a Stranger Things haunted house, and we actually got a magnet that
That's
said
great.
Halloween Horror Nights with the Stranger Things kind of like in it. But if you've never been, like, be prepared for, long lines. They do have some of the rides open. It's going to be from like August, the end of August to early November is the time frame that Halloween Horror Nights happens. So the park
Hmm.
is open during the normal day, and then I think they close it and open it for Halloween Horror Nights, or they might just like, I think they have to close it. Yeah, they have to close it.
Hmm.
So they have to close it at a certain time. So I think the regular park hours might like go a little bit earlier, maybe to like 6 o'clock, and then things kick off at like 10 to like whatever. Um, but yeah, it's absolutely amazing if you're a horror fan and don't mind mazes, or if you just enjoy walking through horror areas. There are safe zones, if that's not your thing. Um, but they don't touch you,
Right.
which is awesome. They can get up like in your face with their machetes, and they, rev them and whatever, but it's awesome. I really do
Heck yeah.
enjoy it. I want to go
Yeah.
back 1 year
I want to go for the
on this
first time one
side.
year.
Okay.
We have to plan a trip here soon.
Yeah. But that's it for IGN Live,
Mm.
2025. But we do have like other news in our educated wish. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It's back because they're doing a reboot. Um, I never like so I started watching it probably about a year and a half ago.
Right.
And it it never really caught my attention.
Same.
It was just kind of something that I had on in the background. I only got through um maybe 4 seasons, maybe 5. I don't know how many seasons there are total. But I think I was like 1 or 2 away from the end, and um I was just like, all right, I
Just
mean,
lost interest.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot going on during that time for me.
Yeah.
It was kind of right before we had started this podcast, to kind of give you an idea of what was
Yeah.
going on.
I
But
got you.
um, yeah, it kind of was just like, okay, like I'm watching this, and it just isn't really my thing.
I know
Uh,
for
I
people
know
who
there's
like
like a
Yeah, go ahead.
There's
That's what I was about to
there there
say.
is like a really big fan base for this.
Huge.
Um, and it was like back in the 90s,
Late
maybe early
90s. Yeah,
2000s.
late 90s, early 2000s, because you had this, and then I think the spin-off,
Charmed.
no, Angel.
Oh, you had Angel. Yeah.
Because Angel, I think, was a character that was in this, and then they
Yeah,
did
he
his
was.
own spin-off, played
Yeah,
by
yeah.
David Bornstein or something like that, or Bornstein,
I don't
or
know who he
yeah,
was,
he's the
but he
guy
was
that's
gorgeous.
he was the main guy from Bones. I did watch that, and that was good. Where
Okay.
you know what I'm talking about, where they do like the crime investigation.
I have
Um,
seen trailers.
yeah,
Never actually watched the seasons.
so Bones is actually a
Any
pretty good
episode.
show, but
Yeah.
it's definitely just the same actor, definitely not tied to this storytelling. But
Yeah, he was a vampire in this.
yeah, yeah, but they cast the person playing Buffy already, and it is Ryan Kiera Armstrong. So you see the old one right there, and then there's the new one. So
Yeah, Sarah Michelle Gellar.
hmm
She has the look.
yeah,
Um,
I feel like she has a modern. If you were to modernize, a Buffy, I mean, she has. I feel like she has a look. So
yeah. But to continue on, Mortal Kombat 2 writers have confirmed that it's actually done writing, and they have had some actually pretty positive test screens.
okay,
They're kind of like weirdly comparing it to Avengers Endgame, which makes me have a lot of see, see,
that's
this is
awful.
this is why I said
That's very bold.
it's super bold, but I've never seen Mortal Kombat 1. I've seen AD play a lot of the games, and I did play a couple of times, but I never really got into the background of like the
hmm
story or anything.
I watched the
Um,
first one that they came out with a few years ago, and I was not that impressed.
Maybe this is going to be goofier with Carl Urban as what's his face.
Johnny Cage.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know, but something that you're probably stupid excited about.
bruh. I mentioned this the other day to AD. So there's a bunch of reels going on right now, and Oz is being reimagined at the Las Vegas Sphere. So right now, for the entire month of June, you go to the Sphere, you will see two legs out with feet.
I forgot.
And
I almost put that picture on too, and I did not grab that picture with the two legs.
ah,
I know. I'm
ah.
sorry. I failed you.
Okay, so if you're thinking Wizard of Oz, you think of the Wicked Witch of the West, right? And then you have the Wicked Witch of the East, is what they call her.
Hmm.
The house got dropped on her, right? And she had those
Right.
shoes that were out with the stockings, right? So that's what the sphere looks like. Is looks like the house, that fell on her, and they just have the feet out with the shoes, and it is huge. There are so many reels right now going around, like, and it's going around out there in the
Yeah.
real world, with like people who look like this tiny standing next to the giant shoe. Um, the
I'm
Wizard
about
of
to show you.
Oz.
Keep going. Keep
Okay.
going. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm doing it while while
Okay.
you're talking.
Okay. On top of that, they're also kind of prepping a actual Wizard of Oz show at the Sphere, which is the biggest thing that I am excited about. Because I'm probably not going to be able to see the shoes, but it might be the first time that I go to the Sphere. I might actually go to the Strip, which if anybody's a local of Las Vegas, we don't go to the Strip. Um, I might actually go to the Strip for this. So between the months of August 28th to March 31st of 2026, yes, my birthday is October. It's right there in the middle. I have looked at tickets. But anyway, between these months, there is going to be a rendition of Wizard of Oz in the Sphere,
Oh my
and it's
gosh.
got like an 80 piece orchestra is redoing the entire soundtrack. They're gonna have visuals inside. If you know anything about the Sphere, it's got like all these LED panels on the inside. I don't know if they're
Mm.
LED. There might be a different light, but they have like apparently these wild visuals to go with the actual like sounds of the soundtrack. They are doing, the Over the Rainbow is one of them, and I think We're Off to See the Wizard is definitely
I figured that has to
two.
be in there.
Yeah, so I mean, like, they're doing the original soundtrack, and I don't know if it's just like the popular like type songs that they're
Hmm.
doing, or if they're doing like the entire like soundtrack, including like the when you see the house get whisked away in the tornado.
Oh
I
my
don't know
god,
why this was a
I want to
tornado.
see this. Like, I need to see this. Like I have to make you trip there. Like before this leaves, 100%.
Okay.
Like for so many reasons, like nostalgia reasons, like sentimental reasons, all kinds of reasons. I can't even imagine like what this experience would be. I got the legs for you,
Yeah.
by the way.
Oh, you got the legs? Let's see the legs. Ah, yo, so
That is
cool. And that's the
that is
monorail in the
insane.
back. Yeah. So you saw how tiny he looked with the legs, the feet. Um, yeah. So this is like starting at $104 a ticket, depending on where you're sitting.
Hmm.
Um, but God damn it, it looks so, I'm so excited. I have to go to
Yeah.
this. And that's why I said, like, starting in August, we're kind of like calming down. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't
So
know.
you got some Texas Chainsaw news. I didn't. This is one of the topics I didn't get to delve into too
Yeah.
deeply.
I mean, it's just it's kind of like Saw is right now. It's just
Hmm.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre is up for bid. So people are putting their bids on it to start a new franchise, I guess. Only time will tell
Hey, come on,
who gets
A24.
it
Come
and if
on,
it
A24.
continues. I don't know, man. I'm
Or
kind of going more
Blumhouse.
neon. Mm,
Oh, okay.
neon. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
going more neon on this one to kind of have it a little bit more disturbing.
I can see that. Yeah. No, that would be great. So
Speaking of disturbing things.
yeah, the man or the title, but no. Ben Stiller may direct the next Twilight Zone, and this is a definitely an intriguing person to pick for Twilight Zone, because I mean, you think of Ben Stiller, you think of full blown comedy, or like a rom com, but even
Mhm.
more heavier on the comedy end of things. Uh, so yeah, I don't know if I can really state of anything that I know that he directed himself. And if there is, it's probably I just didn't know. It's more of his acting. So yeah,
Whenever I
Twilight
think
Zone.
Ben Stiller, I think two movies. I think
What's
The
that?
Zoolander
Yeah,
and Tropic Thunder.
yeah. I was gonna say
So,
I think Tropic Thunder and Dodgeball. Isn't he in Dodge?
I forgot
Yeah.
about him in Dodgeball. And he's gonna
Oh,
be in the Happy Gilmore.
yeah. Well, actually, the OG thing that he like always think of is from when I was a kid. He was in that movie Heavyweights. Remember Heavyweights? It
Never
was
seen it.
he was like a psycho fit guy that was leading a fat camp, and and
Oh
all of
no.
these kids just they get tired of his crap and how hard he's being on them, and
Yeah,
like the whole movie is like him being hard on them, and then they sabotaging and booby trapping him, and yeah,
that's insane.
yeah.
Um, I've never seen any of the Twilight Zone show
Oh really?
episodes.
Okay.
However, in because Twilight Zone, I don't know if you guys know, is actually a Disney project. And there is a Tower of Terror. There's one left. Because there's one here in California in Disneyland, and they made it a Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, yeah.
But in Disney World, I don't know if it's still the Twilight Zone, but they have a um, Hollywood Tower of Terror.
Oh,
And
okay.
you get on the ride, and it's a drop, right? But
Mm-hmm.
you're in an
Yeah.
elevator like looking thing, and you're watching like I guess scenes of Twilight Zone, and like it's like a
I didn't know
just like
Twilight Zone was a Disney thing. Huh.
and
That's
now
interesting.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like one of those like nobody really thinks about it, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, it's a thing.
Huh. Yeah, that's a fun fact I did not know. Hmm. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
But yeah, but speaking of Disney, The Incredibles was back, and Pixar taps Peter Sohan to direct Incredibles 3. So he is the same director from Elemental. He was not the director for Incredibles 2.
hmm
However, I'm excited to see what he does with this. I am not so much excited for Incredibles 3, but I really did enjoy Elemental because of how
okay.
he played with fire and water, because
Right.
that's kind of like what that whole story is about, is like their love story.
hmm
Um,
Yeah,
or friendship. I don't
I'm
really.
excited
Yeah.
about this because absolutely huge fan of Incredibles 1. Incredibles 2, I was very let down because I feel like it was a repeat of 1 and they just roast swapped the mom and the dad for what happened to them.
Mm,
And I felt like it was not very creative or really, I think they were just trying to make some easy money because Incredibles 1 did so well. But
mm.
I really
10
hope
years
this
later?
is, yeah,
20 years later?
yeah. And I really hope that like this is a different take and they really get creative with the story writing and the directing of this because I think The Incredibles is such a fun family to I mean it's like Disney's Fantastic Four. I mean it's like
Mm.
pretty much.
No,
So
have you seen those posts where it literally like puts them side by side, that like these are like the exact same, and the like
mhm.
baby Franklin is actually Jack Jack from
Yeah.
Incredibles, and
Yeah,
then they
what
have Mole Man, and they have Mole Man.
right. Yeah, no. So like that's truly where their inspiration came from. Like that is where they drew their inspiration from.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, because like at the very end of the first one, you get that mole man that pops up or whatever. I think it's at the very end, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's almost identical to like what mole man is off from Fantastic Four too. So
Oh, okay,
yeah,
that's really cool then. I had no idea. I just thought it was a coincidence. Like I didn't know.
and I love
Yep.
Samuel L. Jackson as Frozone. So
Who doesn't? Where's
oh,
my super suit?
but we gotta. I know how you did. I know what you did last summer. Woo.
Yeah.
New poster. So there's a
Yes.
new poster we got.
Mm-hmm.
For any of you franchise fans out there, if you're looking forward to this, this is coming out next month, July 18th, I believe. So,
Yes. And in here you get Freddie Prince Jr. and oh God, I completely forgot what that girl's name is. From the original one. Sarah Michelle Gellar did not come back, but two of them are there in the photo,
hmm,
in the poster, and you get to see that, and you get to see Hookman, the
yeah.
fisherman.
I
So,
can't think of what her name is. I see if her face would like jive
nope,
the name, but nope, it did not.
because I looked at her face and I was like, "You, I forgot your name." Um, but yeah, I wanted to talk real quick 5 second little
Yeah, go
detour
ahead. Go ahead.
on the Ocean Gate documentaries. We did talk about it last week that they were coming out, and I don't know if you had gotten the chance to see the one on HBO or the one on Netflix. Have you seen either one of them?
So I did not watch the one on HBO, but I was told about
Okay.
it. But then I
Mm,
did watch the last half of the one on Netflix.
okay.
I walked into a room as it had already been on, and then I ended up sitting down and watching it the rest of the way through. I actually
Got
was
it.
not going to watch it at all,
Oh,
and then I walked in, and I was like, it just caught my attention, and I've seen it all the way through after that.
okay. So,
It's sad.
uh, I have seen both. And I watched the Max one first because that one came out first. And I was like, okay, definitely intriguing. I didn't know that there was wreckage in the ocean. I didn't know about like all of those things. And like it was like, okay, like so you kind of got some more backstory about like a titanium ring, and why they don't use carbon fiber in submarines, and what the popping sound means, and you kind of got
Mm,
like all of that little backstory, and you're like, okay, like I feel like I'm smarter on the subject. And then you watch the Netflix one, and immediately like it opens up and you are inside the sub as it is down, because they have cameras in there with the people that you know are about to die.
mm,
And it intense, absolutely intense. Because you know what happens to them. And Like, I didn't know that there was footage inside the sub when it was
Mm-hmm.
down there. And the Netflix one kind of follows more of the legal side of things because they have the whistleblower that was in it, and they had the legal presiding stuff and kind of more about who, what's his face was, the guy that was the leader of Ocean Gate, um, and the Titan submersible. Um,
Right.
if you guys have to watch one, I definitely recommend the Netflix one. Um, I think both of them are absolutely great. Uh, the same thing with like Firefest. There's two documentaries about Firefest, and I
Mm-hmm.
I recommend both. But I think that Ocean Gate is definitely something like the Titan submersible documentaries is something that you guys should watch.
Yeah, I after that went off, it came up a recommended deal, and I haven't watched it, but I think I'm going to watch it. I had no intentions of watching it, but the Travis Scott documentary. So from
Oh, I watched that one right after.
did you? Well, it came up right after. I
Mhm.
was like, and I almost clicked and watched it, but I think I'm going to watch it this week sometime.
It is good.
Really?
It's good. Yeah. It kind of gives you some more behind the scenes look at things
Mm-hmm.
that happened and why they have an actual scientific reason as to why so many people died at his Astro World tour.
Mm-hmm.
And it also has the people that were there. They interview some of them during the documentary, and it's very impactful. I love documentaries, and so I can talk about documentaries all day, which is why I'm really excited about that turkey leg hunt.
So I've not dove into that story yet, but I'm ready for that documentary to come out. I'm thinking about not reading into it and waiting
Don't.
until that comes out and just
You.
being shocked by the documentary that comes out. That's what I
Oh,
think I'm
I
going
know
to
that I'm gonna be shocked regardless. Like
do.
I am so excited.
But
Yeah.
Orlando Bloom says he's ready to hunt again, and he wants in on the hunt for Gollum. He did make a fun, a funny comment when he was talking about this. He said that if they do put me in this back as Legolas, he's like, there's definitely going to be some AI work to make my skin and make my face look young again like it used to.
Didn't
He
they
said,
do that for the Rings of Power?
I mean, it didn't show Legolas, did it?
Oh no, not Rings of Power. What is the trilogy before?
The Hobbit?
Yes.
I'm not sure. So I don't know if I should say this out loud. I'm not going to say this out loud. Anyways, go ahead.
Okay. No. So I I don't know what the hunt for Gollum is really going to be about,
Yeah.
but
Hmm.
obviously it has to be before the Fellowship of the
Yeah.
Ring.
So the hunt for Gollum
Okay.
is, if I'm not mistaken, this is the story like when they went to go hunt Gollum down to find the ring, and
Mm,
then like because I think there was like two different groups going after him trying to get the ring, and then
okay.
they end up finding him and torturing him because we see that little flashback of them torturing him, and so this
Right.
is actually
In
gonna
the
be
first
that
Lord of the Rings,
story.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Um, I mean, it would make sense that Legolas would be in it, especially
Mm-hmm.
because he did volunteer to return the ring to the Mordor.
Mordor.
Yeah. So, like, I think it would make sense, but at the same time, I know he's like such an iconic Legolas, but I kind of am like, we can get somebody else. I don't
Yeah.
know. I feel like who's
Well,
Chris Hemsworth's brother? Liam Hemsworth. I feel like he would do a fine Legolas.
Oh no. I feel like if you're going somebody to portray Legolas, it needs to be him with some AI work or whatever. Because I feel like Orlando Bloom has such a distinct face. Like there's no one to me that really looks like him.
I don't know. Like I get it, but if they want to, no, no, I don't
Hmm.
want him back as Legolas. I think I'm
Well, they don't
done.
even need to put Legolas in there to tell the story unless they just want to. So
Hmm,
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
But
But for those of you that are fans of A Christmas Carol, Willem Dafoe is set to lead. the horror remake of A Christmas Carol. And how are you feeling about that?
I'm here for it because Robert Eggers is the one that's leading this with Willem Dafoe, and we've seen what Willem Dafoe and Robert Eggers do together in Nosferatu, and I'm
Mm,
here for it. I am so here
yeah.
for it. That's around that same time era, so like they both do really well at that time era. I think visually the way he shot Nosferatu was very beautiful and cinematic,
Hmm.
and for that, and so I think he could really nail a very great cinematic or some great cinematography in this movie. But
Hmm.
yeah, and I
Um,
definitely see Willem Dafoe playing Scrooge. Definitely
okay.
playing Scrooge.
Yeah. Because I know that I told you that I don't recommend it, but Lighthouse. It's an A24 movie with Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe. And Willem Dafoe has amazing monologues in it.
Hmm.
So I think that that would play into this, and I absolutely can see him play Scrooge because his monologues about I don't even know what he was talking about. And I was just like, I literally like had stopped like listening and I was just like watching his emotion and everything come over his face. He's an amazing actor. And I
Yes.
looked over at AD and I was like, that was an amazing monologue. I have no idea what he had said, but holy shit, that was amazing. Um, and I mean, you kind of get to see it with like his Green Goblin,
Yeah.
role,
I,
but
I'm a huge Willem Dafoe fan. He's one
yeah,
of my favorite all time actors.
yeah. I think I would maybe most likely cry if I ever actually got to meet him.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I would be like in total shock, like, oh, hello.
So
Yeah,
yeah, so Lewis and Bill Pullman suit up for
yeah,
Spaceballs 2.
right.
And yes, Mel Brooks returns as well as Yogurt at age 98. This movie is going to be so great. Like, I think it's so great
Spaceballs
that
the sequel.
and they're bringing in Lewis Pullman to play Bill Pullman's character's son too, which
Yeah,
is phenomenal. And like I pulled up a picture of them too, and like it's crazy how much they look like in this picture. This
yeah,
picture's from him being in Casper, not Spaceballs, but my God, they look so much alike. It's insane.
yeah. I mean, like, oh man, him playing Lone Star, right?
Mm,
And I mean, like back when Spaceballs came out, we did have a lot of big name actors
mm,
like Joan Rivers and John Candy,
mm.
who
Rick
both have passed
Moranis,
away.
yeah,
Rick Moranis is coming back,
yeah,
by the way. He's coming
yeah.
out of
I forgot to put
retirement
that in.
to play this.
Yes.
Yeah. Um, God, I love this so much. There's like so many things that I want to talk about. But like I'm so excited for this. I am excited to see what they do with the story with Princess Vespa and if she still has Dot because Dot was played by Joan Rivers, who is her like android C-3PO type
Hmm.
robot. But you did have a little of a teaser come out to announce that this is definitely 100% in the making,
Oh.
with Mel Brooks at the end, like saying like we asked people what they wanted after 30 years of making movies, and guess what? We're making Spaceball 2s anyway. Like
Hmm.
it's absolutely amazing. And in the like the first thing that you start watching is just like the screen roll of how like Spaceballs started. It's how every Star Wars movie has started, but it's in that generic like blue text, not the
Right.
yellow text, right? And it said like Spaceball 1 came out at this time, but since then, and then it just starts listing off how many uh Alien movies there have been, how many Jurassic World and Jurassic Park movies, how many sequel movies of everything have been happening. And then they talk about the prequel to the sequel and then the sequel to the prequel. And it was absolutely hilarious to read. So if you haven't watched that
I haven't.
trailer, little teaser, oh my
I've not
God,
seen it.
Blake. Oh,
I had a busy weekend.
okay. Well, we're gonna get off of this and you're gonna go watch that and you're gonna tell me exactly how you felt after watching that. But
Deal.
absolutely amazing. I was cracking up laughing. I was at work watching this and I was like, this is amazing. I wanted to write down everything that he had said and just like listed off, but I'm glad that I didn't, so you can watch it. Um, oh man, yeah.
Yeah. But to kind of wrap this up, I didn't get a picture for this, but oh my god, this trailer is freaking great. The badge, the bullets, and the buffoonery. The Naked Gun returns in an amazing trailer that's even better than the first one we got. And it's outrageously crazy. Like, oh my god, the
Yeah.
the the humor in this is definitely Naked Gun humor. Uh,
Mhm.
I cannot wait. This is going to be so epic. And what's wild
Yeah.
is like seeing Liam Neeson play a role like because Liam Neeson is known for so much great serious roles in action that
Yes.
like
Taken.
that. Yeah, and it's like, man, this is like complete opposite. What's great though is like you kind of get some of that seriousness while he's talking to these people, and then it's
Yeah.
just like his next line, it just ruins it.
So I feel, and I'm hoping
Hmm.
that they have him make fun of Taken in
Oh,
this.
you know they have to. You know
Right?
they have to.
Right? I mean, like obviously, like they're gonna play homage to Leslie Nielsen,
Hmm.
and I'm happy about that. But man, I can't wait to watch this. Is I yeah, I have nothing but like happiness to
Yeah.
watch this because I mean, I was sitting at work and uh we weren't even talking about the trailer. We didn't like I hadn't even told them that the trailer was out and they will randomly quote airplane lines
Ah, that's
and then
great.
I'm right there with it. Um and then there was one that I had said about an ICU nurse and he said that an ICU and you're a fine nurse. Because he asked her what she did, and she's like an ICU
Yeah.
nurse. So they were like, I'm not familiar with this line. And I was like, I know a line that you don't. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's from Airplane. And then I was like, and they were like, no, it's not, because we know all the lines from Airplane. Maybe it's Airplane the sequel. And I was like, okay, I don't think so. But I definitely know that Leslie Nielsen's the one that says it. So then I Googled it real quick and it said
Hmm.
ICU nurse Leslie Nielsen, and it was like wrongfully accused. And I was like, and that makes sense because that is like my most watched Leslie Nielsen film,
Really nice.
and you haven't seen it. Tell from your face.
Yep,
And
I've
that's
not seen
okay.
Wrongfully Accused. I know what it is, but I've not. That's one I've not seen.
Mm, yeah. I started naming off like all the ones that I had watched.
Hmm.
But God damn it. Naked Gun, absolutely top tier. You got Airplane, top tier. You got Dracula Dead and Loving It. It's up there. But Wrongfully Accused are at the
Hmm.
tippity top for me.
I need to watch that soon.
Yeah, yeah, you do. If I had it on DVD, I would send it to you,
I,
but
I will. I
I
will say
don't
like
think I do.
I'm not gonna go into none of the scenes. Just it's hilarious. If you haven't seen the trailer, watch the trailer. But there's some scenes in the trailer of like jokes that I'm like, I can't believe they put that in the trailer. It's so funny. I cannot wait till this comes out.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, I think
yeah,
that's it for the educated wish. You ready to get some gaming news?
let's hear it.
All right. So, for those of you that know Deadpool, it's just a little well-known character, but there is going to be a Marvel Deadpool VR game. They had a little trailer come out for it, and if you notice that the voice is
Hmm.
not who you expect it to be, it's actually Neil Patrick Harris that is
Very
voicing
notable.
him. Yeah. And this is coming late 2025. They had a hilarious like little announcement trailer come out for it. And then Ryan Reynolds was right back at it, and he made fun of, I guess, like a um, something that Neil Patrick Harris had actually played, and was one of his like well-known like bad roles. So
Hmm.
like he was playing a joke at him now playing Neil Patrick Harris. So like the two of them are kind of like riffing off each other, and I was like, that's so cool. But absolutely like if you I don't have a VR, right? But this is coming to MetaQuest 3 and the 3S. But it looks hilarious because you are Deadpool and
Yeah.
you got like the guns and you're like just shooting and doing the things.
And he's running his
Um,
mouth off in that trailer too.
oh yeah,
I,
yeah.
I, ne- I never really thought about it, but Neil Patrick Karras's voice actually works really well for as like another
Yeah, he
voice for
has the
Deadpool.
sarcasm. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like he watched Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool and was just like,
Well, literally,
I
they
can do that.
sound so close. Actually, I was
Hmm.
actually shocked, and I'm like, it actually sounds like Neil Patrick Harris, but I did not realize how much he actually kind of sounds like Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. It's kind of like you don't really realize it until you realize it kind of thing. Like
Yeah,
at first
yeah,
for me, and I went into this knowing that it was Neil Patrick Harris, I still had a hard time figuring out that that was Neil Patrick Harris for
yeah.
me. Um, and I've seen a lot of movies and shows with both of them, you know?
Right.
So it was really interesting. But something that I have been waiting for. Oh my God, we have been talking about this on this podcast ever since it has started, and
Yeah.
we finally have an official trailer for bah, 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 Tales of the Shire. Yeah, that's right. I said it. Tales of the Shire. It is the Animal Crossing meets Lord of the Rings. And we finally have the official trailer for it, and we have a date. Dudes, guys, lads, laddies. Um, we have a date, July 29th. It looks absolutely like it should, and it makes me happy that they waited, they took their time, and it is finally coming. It's
When I
finally
seen it on
here.
the list you said, I'm like, because literally what you just said was the first thing I was like, I think we've been talking about this since the first episode we aired. I
Yeah.
cannot tell you how many times I've clipped the picture that clipped that picture out for us to talk about it actually, and we've never gotten a date till now finally.
Yeah, we had late 2024 and then we had the first quarter of 2025 and then it got pushed back again and now we officially have July 29th. It is
Hmm.
a actual day. Um and it's not like, when people say like, "Oh yeah, 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 I'll talk to you on like February 31st."
Mm-hmm.
It's not a date. It's not
Right.
a date. It's not an April Fool's joke. It is here. So yeah, super excited about that. Another thing that I didn't really think that I would be as excited for is if you guys are into anime and it's on Netflix, it's called Seven Deadly Sins. Well, they have a video game that's coming out that's called Seven Deadly Sins Origin. And they released a gameplay actual trailer for this. And it's like an open world action RPG that's coming to only PC and PS5. So Xbox doesn't actually get this. It's more of an exclusive on the P side, I guess.
Hmm.
It's weird to say, but it's over there, right? And it looks absolutely entertaining because if you know anything about Seven Deadly Sins, is every sin has its own character, um, and they're all like fighting bad, or sometimes one of them might turn bad. I'm not really gonna spoil it or anything. It's a good show. I really did
Hmm.
enjoy it. I don't think I actually ever finished it. Come to think about it, so now I'm gonna go finish it.
Hmm.
I really did enjoy it though. But yeah, I'm excited for that because I love open world games because it's the adventure and quest that I
Right.
like. I really like quests.
Nice.
Uh, yeah, it's like quests. It's like it's what did I say with Harry Potter? Um, it takes me out of where I'm at and makes me somewhere else.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a an escape.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an escape. And it makes me be that character like in
Hmm.
that game and I'm now
You get to
like
immerse
I'm
yourself in it.
invested.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. I can't do VR because it kind of makes me a little nauseous, I think.
Oh, okay.
Um, but like these are the games that I like and it's still even with Lego games that I really do enjoy. So speaking of Lego, we have a new Lego game. It's called Lego Party.
Lego.
And they have Lego. They have like a little reveal trailer. There really isn't much about this because like it's just a reveal trailer. They don't have any gameplay, they don't have a date, they don't really have anything for this. Um,
Hmm.
so I look forward to reading more and learning more about exactly what this is. Because like, is it like a Mario Party meets Lego?
Hmm.
I
Be
think
interesting to
that's
find
what I've
out.
seen. Yeah, I mean, like from the little reveal trailer is kind of what it looks like,
Right.
but I don't know for sure if that's really just what it is. And then what are your little figures? Can you make your own figures to make it look like you? And
Oh, that'd
now,
be cool.
yeah, who knows? I don't know. You don't know. Who knows? But the last thing for video game news. Sorry, I'm silly today.
No, don't
Um,
be sorry. I'm here for it.
The last thing for the video game news that I want to talk about is Legend of Zelda. But we're not talking about the video game, we're actually talking about the live action. That was with, I think Sydney Sweeney is the
Yeah, I
one
think
that's
so.
making this.
Yeah.
I know
Art.
that she's doing Split Faction, but I don't know if
Yeah.
she's doing this one. I can't remember. I might be getting it mixed up. But anyway, um, the live action movie for the Legend of Zelda movie has actually been delayed. So it was originally supposed to be March 26th, 2027, and now it was delayed to May 7th, 2027. And a lot of people are like, dude, it's like 3 years away. Why are we talking about this right now? Well, it's actually only 2 years. But um they're like, why are we talking about this right now? But
Hmm.
producers are trying to be upfront and they're just like, we want to make the film as good as it can be, and we just need
Right.
more time. And they're like, okay, I mean, like, cool. It's still 2027 though. So, um, yeah,
Yeah, I was looking it
I
up real
don't,
quick to see what I could find on the. I couldn't find Sydney Sweeney's name with it. Only name I could
yeah,
find with is the director. I think is Wes Ball, and the writer's Derek
okay,
Conley.
okay.
But I felt like she had something to do with it, though. I feel like we read something
No, I
about.
think I think we're mixing it up because she definitely is the one that took Split Faction,
Okay,
which
I
is
remember that.
it's a
The
different
visually,
video game.
yeah.
Yeah, the split one, yeah. I don't know if she has anything to do with Legend of Zelda. Um, she does have a couple of things that she's working on, but I know that for the video game, that was one of them. And I think I just got it confused because when I think of Legend of Zelda, I think of like the blonde hair, you know,
Oh
so
yeah,
maybe
makes sense.
maybe that's why. Um, but that's it for gaming. You got some con spotlight, I heard.
I do. Let's jump into it. Oh, we have Duke City Comic Con in Albuquerque, New Mexico from June 27th through the 29th. And let me tell you, whew, I did not think the list of celebrity appearances was going to end when I was scrolling through the web page. I'm telling
Hmm.
you, and I'm not exaggerating, there's probably 50.
Yeah.
Literally, probably 50 different celebrities from this. So I had picked top five. So obviously, I love Young Guns. Dermot Mulroney. If you don't know what Young Guns is, he's also the president from the MCU that was in Secret Invasion. But Dermot Mulroney, I have a picture that Lou Diamond Phillips autographed, and the goal is to get there's like five of them on there. I want to get all their autographs on the same picture.
Hmm.
So also Eric Roberts is going to be there. We know him
Bruh.
as Maroni from The Dark Knight, and he's also in The Expendables. And then
Hmm.
we have good old Jamie Kennedy. Jamie
Oh
Kennedy,
my God.
yeah, right. I seen him. I'm like, oh yeah,
Malibu's Most Wanted is the word every
oh
time I see his face, that's what I think.
that's hilarious. And then John Wesley's ship. We know he's the OG Flash from back in the early '90s, I think. I think maybe it's early '90s. And then he also played the Flash's dad in the CW series, and he played a
Mm.
Flash variant from CW series from another universe. And then we have Kevin Durant, as I know him and like him the most from playing the Blob and X Men Origins Wolverine, and then he also plays one of the main monkeys from Planet of the Apes as well. So yeah,
Okay, okay.
I could not find nothing really on the schedule. I think there was some to be announced
Yeah.
stuff, even though this thing is in
Hmm.
2 weeks. So
Yeah, it's June 27th, so
yeah,
it's literally like 11 days away.
yeah. So yeah, it may be a surprise if you're looking for a schedule of other events going on during that day, because I don't think they even have the photo ops and celebrity panels posted yet.
No, yeah, because all of that's supposed to be on the schedule. The only thing they
Yeah.
have is on the 27th. They have like a dance thing.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Um,
I think
and
it's like
that
an
and
after
that was
party
the only
thing, dance
activity.
thing.
I
Not
don't.
after party,
I'm
but
not
like
aware of
yeah,
the. Yeah, I don't know what time
me neither.
the con is from because they don't
Mm-hmm.
have the schedule. So how like I don't know. They
Until
have the tickets out though.
yeah,
So I mean,
yeah,
if you're in New Mexico and you're looking for something to do, there's going to be a lot of vendors. And
yeah,
you can see like if you go to the vendors like area on the website, you can see how big the space is.
yeah. The place is massive.
Yeah.
I will say like, regardless if you go there just for celebrity panels and appearances, you're probably going to have a full weekend. I just can't get over how many people are going to be there, celebrity wise. It's a lot. You don't typically see that at every Comic Con. So, but yeah,
Hmm.
this I think this would be a fun one to attend. I'm sure like with them being this big and having this big of a slate, there's probably got some great things that's going to be on the schedule that we don't know about to do. So it's got to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, that kind of wraps us up this week for that. And yeah, I will sit there and mention this weekend we were in Nashville. I was in Nashville, and Fundamentals. I was there for Fundamentals and got to be on stage and um, John Kapelos, which is the janitor from the Breakfast Club. He's also in 16 Candles, Umbrella Academy, and got to host a Q&A for him. That was great. It's the 40th anniversary of the Breakfast Club. And he also brought in some raw footage that was unedited, that was cut out and deleted. And he actually had a lot bigger scenes in that movie, too, than what we already know. And, like, there was one scene
Oh.
he showed, and it was when they were asking, what's it take to be a janitor. Well, he ends up going per kid and pointing at them and telling them exactly what they're going to end up being when they get older and the type of person and the experiences they had. Good. He goes hard on them, hard on them. Like, yeah.
Damn.
He says, like, to, I think Molly Ringwald, he's like, yeah, and you. He's like, you're going to have two failed boob jobs. He's like, and as many X's as you do anniversaries, and like just going on and on and on. Like it was wild. I mean, he went in hard, but then he's like, I think it was good to cut it out. He goes because really it would have distracted a little bit, from what the moral of the story was, and it would have
Mm.
kind of been calling them out instead of getting a long way around to what the end story was. But so fun fact about him, was from Second City. He was friends with John Candy, Belushi, all of them, and worked with him in Second
Oh my
City.
God.
Rick Moranis, uh,
Yeah.
his stuff, and almost all of his stuff. Like when he was down in the basement talking with the principal, well, almost all of that was improv by him. It was not scripted. Yeah,
That's so cool.
yeah. It was such an honor to get to meet him. Such a genuine, like, nice guy, and
Hmm.
so funny in real life. Like he was great. But yeah, that was cool. But I think that wraps us up for this week. So catch
Yeah, I
everybody
guess
next week.
so. Peace.